Robert Alter is a Jewish scholar who is an expert on the Hebrew language. And Robert spent 20 years writing his personal masterpiece, a solo translation of the Hebrew Bible, along with his own commentary on the text. And while the promotional material for the Hebrew Bible calls it a masterpiece, I can't help but agree. Now, I was excited to receive and study the Hebrew Bible as soon as I learned of its existence late in the year 2020, and since receiving it, it has surpassed all of my expectations. The first thing I want to do reviewing this book is something I never do in book reviews, and that's talk about the quality of the printing, judging the book by its cover. I never do this because I normally read Kindles, but I gotta say, the quality of the printing and the packaging of the Hebrew Bible is fantastic, much better than what I expected it to be. It's not just this cardboard case that is handsome and attractive, but the printing of these Bibles, it is just beautiful. The formatting of the text, the way that it is aligned with the Hebrew translation and then with Alter's commentary work below it is also great. It is easy to read. If you're one of those people who takes notes in your book, there is some space there in the margins to do that as well. Although this is a Bible that is just so attractive, I don't want to write in it. So I gotta say, this is a book collection of 3 books to make up the Hebrew Bible. And I gotta say, when I got it, I thought, man, this is easily worth just $100 with the beauty and the skill that went into producing this. And typically you can find it on Amazon for $50 or $60. And to me, this is a no-brainer to purchase. And that's just based on the outside of the book. And the inside is even better than the outside. So here's what a Christian should know before purchasing Robert Alter's Hebrew Bible. Now, this may make you want to avoid it, but if you're mature in the faith, it should be a reason to purchase it. Robert Alter is a Jew. I'm not sure how devout he is in his Judaism, but he is not a Christian. And he strove to provide the world with an English translation of the Hebrew Bible that hasn't been influenced by the Christian faith. So one that's only based on the Hebrew text itself. So this is a translation and a commentary that goes with it that does not present it with a Christian view. It does not see Jesus as the Messiah, but it's simply interpreting each passage in its context that's there in the Old Testament in that Hebrew passage. And I find this to be a valuable contribution for the mature. There are some places in the Old Testament where I think it's very beneficial and helpful to have a commentary that is only based on that passage itself, like in Jeremiah 31 when Rachel is weeping over her children. So you need to read this commentary with both eyes open, knowing that Robert Alter does not see Jesus as the Messiah, but there are times when his Hebrew-only view of the text is helpful in interpreting a passage. At other times, he's a little too quick to dismiss a Hebrew prophet as delivering something that he sees as contradictory to other passages in the Old Testament or simply being an error, when I think in relative ease you could fit that prophecy with another past prophecy or explain why that is not in error. I thought he was unfair in many points to just simply dismiss a lot of the book of Daniel as mythology. But if you can get past those views of Robert Alter, he does provide some wonderful insights into the text. Like when he compares Daniel's rejection of the food at Nebuchadnezzar's table with King Jehoiachin's taking of the food in 2 Kings chapter 25. So Jehoiachin gladly eats from Nebuchadnezzar's table, and Robert Alter uses that to highlight the character of Daniel in contrast to the character of King Jehoiachin. His translation work is also excellent, as you would expect from someone who wrote the 10 Commandments of Bible translations, rules that I wish all Bible translators would follow. As an example is the proverb in Ezekiel 18:2. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that parable or that proverb before because it's also presented for us in Jeremiah 31:28. The fathers eat the sour grapes, but the children's teeth are set on edge. Well, that's the translation we have in most of our English Bibles. It's practically the same whether you're reading from the New King James Version or the ESV or the Christian Standard Bible or NIV. The New Living Translation paraphrases it basically the same way. The parents have eaten sour grapes, but their children's mouth pucker at the taste. And these are horrible translations. I think the familiarity from the old King James made no one want to step on any toes and change it, but we should all follow Robert Alter's translations. The fathers ate unripe fruit, and the son's teeth are blunted. So in this passage, it is unripe fruit in general. It's not talking about grapes. So it's a picture of eating unripe fruit that is too hard to bite into. It's like biting into little stones and not biting into fruit. And then when you bite into the unripened fruit, it ends up dulling or blunting your teeth because you're basically chewing little rocks. So if we count the errors of this translation in this one verse alone in our English Bibles, we see that sour is wrong, grapes is wrong, children, wrong, set on edge, wrong. 4 mistranslations in one verse, and Robert Alter corrects them all, and he explains why he translates it the way he does in the commentary. And his explanations are great, and I think it really aligns with the Hebrew text. After preaching and teaching through the books of Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel, while using Robert Alter's Hebrew Bible, I'm going to say at this point, I am not going to preach through an Old Testament text again without first referencing both Alter's commentary and his translation work. I took a little bit of Hebrew in seminary, so I'd say I'm not an expert in Hebrew at all, and I think Robert Alter is the best resource I've found to take expert work on the Hebrew Bible and then make it accessible and readable to someone who doesn't have a lot of skills in Hebrew. So I'd say you don't need any Hebrew experience, any background to read the Hebrew Bible by Robert Alter and gain from the work that he's given to you. He makes it really accessible and profitable to anyone who is mature in the faith to read his translation of the Old Testament. So in closing, if you have a friend who is a pastor, this would make the ideal birthday or Christmas or pastor appreciation gift. If you personally love the Hebrew Bible and you want to get even deeper into the Hebrew text, grab Robert Alter's Hebrew Bible, if for no other reason than this will look awesome on your bookshelf. I mean, what an impressive set to put out there. This was my favorite thing I picked up during the pandemic of 2020, and I don't think you will also regret getting your own copy of Robert Alter's work. So if you want to buy it, you can follow the link in the description below to take you to Amazon, and I'm sure you will find an excellent deal on Robert Alter's Hebrew Bible. If you enjoyed this review and you want to stay connected to the amazing world of Christian literature, I'd encourage you to subscribe to the Rev Reads YouTube channel.